Welcome back to the KIX 96.5 morning show. 4 minutes past the 9 o'clock hour. We love featuring indie artists on the show. And this morning, we're chatting with Eli Lev. Eli's currently out on the Walk, Talk, Dance, Sing 2023 Vacation Summer Tour. Tonight, he's in Willis, California. But next week, August 15th, he's going to be in Laramie at the Great Untamed. So make sure you go check him out. Go check out eli-lev.com for more information. His latest EP, Walk, Talk, Dance, and Sing, is out, and he just announced new music is coming. We're stoked to have Eli Lev on the show. First off, Eli, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, so happy to be here. Thanks for jamming my tunes this morning to listen to your show, and been really appreciating that.
Yeah, no problem. We appreciate you coming on. Holy cow, Eli. This is insanity. 2 months on the road. You started June 4th out east. Yeah. Has it been glorious? How is it?
It's everything, Jeff. It's the ups, the downs, the lefts, the rights. I'll have amazing shows. I'll have tough shows. I'll have 10-hour drives. I'll have 30-minute drives. It's all of life distilled into a musical tour.
Yeah, and this is you and your... what are you driving?
I'm driving a Volkswagen station wagon. It's a newer kind, but it's the last one they made because nobody wants them anymore. But I'm happy that I have mine.
Yeah, so let's hit you with some questions about this because Eli's been on the road for 2 months. Do we have any clue how many miles we've gone so far?
Yes. We are upwards towards 11,000 miles now. 11,000
miles in 2 months. This is insane. What are we eating? Do we eat the same thing every day? What do we eat?
So, the idea of this old school kind of touring, sex, drugs, rock and roll kind of thing is not how it is.
No.
These days. I'm eating salads, making sure I'm hydrated, eating really healthy as much as possible, getting as much sleep as possible, really to stay at it and to stay with it long term. I've got to be smart about things.
Yeah.
I make sure to eat, as many fruits and veggies as I can, try and stay away from fried foods. It's really not rock star life, but it's what helps me and my voice, and I'm able to perform.
Yeah, we were going to talk about your health, but he just touched on it. Coolest thing we've seen. What's been the highlight so far?
Well, I've loved just the drive. We live in such a beautiful country. It's incredible. I've been from, D.C. down to Florida, over to Texas, up to Montana, over to Washington State, drove through the redwoods from Oregon down to California. And I'm just constantly in awe in this beautiful country that we live in. And I'm excited just to experience that and have something that takes me to these incredible places.
Yeah, he started June 4th. He's been in North Carolina, Tennessee, South Carolina, Florida, Alabama, Louisiana, Texas, Mississippi, New Mexico, Colorado, Utah, Idaho, Montana. He's at Washington, Oregon. He's in California right now. And he's heading to Nevada, Wyoming. And then he starts heading back home. It is just insanity. So, best place we've played. What's the coolest venue we've been to?
There's been a few highlights. One was in Taos, New Mexico.
Oh, nice.
Of all places.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just outside and a really kind of cool it was a distillery. And
is that the picture of you on your Facebook page where you're standing outside kind of it looks like New Mexico?
Yes.
Is that it? Yeah.
That's it. Exactly. Yeah. And, they were really receptive to the original song. On tour, sometimes I'll do covers and originals and mix them up. But that night, I played a 2.5-hour set of all original music. And they were really, really appreciative of it. It was outside. I love playing outside in nature. So it was one of my favorites, for sure, on tour.
Yeah. What do you listen to in the car? Do you get in your head a lot? Do you listen to music? Do you listen to podcasts? What are you listening to kill your time?
Yeah, it definitely depends on the day. Sometimes, Jeff, I'll just drive in silence.
I hear you. I do too some mornings. I'm just I just want to be silent.
Yeah. But, I love podcasts. One of my favorite is Song Exploder, where they take apart songs and put them back together again. I love all sorts of music. So when I'm on the road, I really like supporting other independent artists. So any artist that I meet, I listen to their album wherever they are. I love to put them on Spotify, discover new artists. And, sometimes I'll just vibe out to jazz music for a while.
Yeah.
But interestingly enough, Jeff, I am a huge fan of country music now. I haven't always been. It's taken a long time. But I love the stories. I love the new country that's coming out lately with just these upcoming artists. And so I've been kind of like cranking the country these days.
Yeah, I listened to an interview with you with a public radio station. You said you were listening to John Denver, which you never had before.
Yeah. John Denver has totally just reappeared as this magical musical shaman in my life lately.
He's good road music, though. So.
Oh, yeah.
That's good.
Absolutely, especially West Coast, like redwoods and, all the mountains and forests and stuff. Definitely John Denver material.
Yeah, you mentioned, because you're playing a show every night. You mentioned kind of your health and eating healthy. Right. Do you worry about your voice? We got to at least have some kind of subconscious to staying healthy this whole time.
Yeah, and what I've learned is that my voice is an instrument, and it's also just like a muscle, like anything else, so it needs to be warmed up. I do like cool downs every day, and all this is really to create the best possible experience for my audience. It's like, yes, it's to keep me healthy, but most of it is like I want to give the best possible show. I want to make sure that people are hearing the songs as they are heard on the recordings, and a lot of that is training, and it's really technical. And I didn't know how technical it was to keep your voice in the shape that it needs to be, but I'm learning and making sure that staying healthy along the way. So.
Yeah, for sure. Go check him out. We're chatting with Eli Lev. It's eli-lev.com. Go check him out. He's on Facebook. He's everywhere. Go to YouTube. Go check out all of his stuff. He's got new music coming. We're going to talk about that here in a minute. But congratulations, Eli. Yesterday, you celebrated 6 years of being a full-time artist. That's awesome. Can you believe it?
Yeah, Jeff, you are so awesome, man. Thank you for doing the research and finding out about me. That means a lot to me. Yeah, 6 years ago yesterday, I created Eli Lev Music LLC. And, in some ways, I feel like I'm just getting started. How weird is that?
Yeah.
The music is a long game, and, 6 years compared to some of these folks that have been on the road for decades is really just kind of like getting started. And I'm feeling like I'm getting my tour legs under me. I'm understanding the business a little bit better. I'm getting, more love on TV and like radio right now. And people are starting to really listen and understand that there's a message there behind the music. So that's been really cool to see. And I just feel blessed and ready for another 6 years.
Yeah. Well, you were an English teacher in the Navajo Reservation in Arizona for a while. You grew up, though, in Maryland, or where'd you grow up?
Yes, I grew up in Silver Spring, Maryland, and then I went to university in Indiana University, and then I got an opportunity to teach on the Navajo Indian Reservation as a student teacher from Indiana.
Oh, okay, so that was your student teaching.
Arizona. Yeah, exactly. So I was student teaching, and then my supervising teacher left when I was done, and she's like, "Here's the classroom." So I stayed there for another 3 years after my student teaching.
Well, yeah, and doing your time, because then you went and taught a couple other places. You were in Indiana, then you were overseas for a while. Because you've been, you look young, but you've been a musician less time than you were a teacher. So you are just getting started, Eli.
Exactly. Yeah. I've taught most of my life. Abroad as well. Israel, Andorra, Australia, New Zealand, and really just kind of taking in the world. And then I wanted to kind of translate those experiences into my music. And kind of share that with my new audiences in the U.S. and abroad as well.
Yeah, and if you go and check out his stuff, there is a story about every song that you write, which is pretty cool. Yeah. We played the Shanto song, and Aunt messaged me and said that is a true story. You got lost outside of the town.
Yes, it was very true, unfortunately.
So you are, when you're listening to Eli Lev's music, it's actually truth most of the time. The levitators, that you've been in this for 6 years. When did levitators, who came up with that? How did that happen?
Yeah. I was looking for a name for my, blossoming community at the time, and I asked everyone. I was like, "Hey, let's come up with a name. Let's have some fun with it." And interestingly enough, 2 different people separately recommended that name to me.
Well, then it was meant to be.
I guess so. And I heard it from one. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then another fan was like, hey, what about the Levitators? I was like, oh, that's really awesome. And then, Dua Lipa wrote a song. I won't sue her, though, because she's really good. But, and then we're just going to, keep the levitation going. So it just stuck. People love it. There's all sorts of offshoots of the name now. Jeff, we've got the Levitator Tots.
Yeah.
We've just got the Tots. There's all sorts of stuff that's going on, so it's fun.
I saw your fans. Yeah, they put the Levitator Tots like on a tater tot bag. I mean, you got shirts, you got all kinds of stuff with the Levitators. I mean, it's crazy. And you love. I mean, if you go to YouTube and check out Eli Lev, where do you do it? Is it just on YouTube? Is it on Instagram? Are you streaming it on everything? Because you do Folk Fridays. You do all kinds of live streams.
Yeah, so Folk Fridays, I guess they would be at 1 p.m. Mountain Time every Friday.
Okay.
Then they're 3 p.m. Eastern. And I've been doing these since 2019, since the pandemic just kind of like crushed all tours and all live shows. And, people were upset. I was upset, and we just needed each other. So I would do these live streams. I go live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, all the things every Friday at that time. And it's a place to check in, let people know what I'm doing on tour, make sure everyone's doing okay. I do requests as well. And it's been going on for, almost, 2020, so 3 years now.
Yeah. Yeah, and he'll play some music. He'll play some of his own tracks. He'll play some covers. He'll talk to you, tell you what's going on. Go check him out. 1 o'clock Mountain Time, Folk Fridays. Go check out his website for more information. I was interviewing someone a week or 2 ago, and I said, well, who did your lyric video? And they said Eli Lev. And I was like, what?
This is so funny.
This Eli Lev? Are you kidding me?
Jeff, this is so funny. There is an Eli Lev on Fiverr, and Fiverr is a platform where people go to hire other creatives. And I've gotten this from a few of my artist friends now. And they're like, are you doing lyric videos on Fiverr? And I'm like, no, that's another Eli Lev. And sure enough, he's from Israel. It's an Israeli name. It's a biblical name, right? It's funny, but that's not me. It's another Eli Lev.
Well, that's what I was wondering. I was like, I don't think this is the same Eli Lev. Because I don't see anything anywhere with you about making videos. I mean, except your own videos, but...
right. He's making a name for himself, though, which is great. Go Eli Lev.
Yeah. Wow. Well, one guy we had on the show that you're friends with, Luke Justin Roberts.
Oh, yeah. He's my man. He is incredible. Love him.
I mean, you guys have done, videos. He did some videos for you. How did this relationship start? Because you guys are both kind of out east.
Yeah, so, I started doing the music thing, and he was more into videography, just starting his music career. And we did a bunch of live take, one take live sessions. And he's also done photos for me. He just did a official music video for my duo group, Wild Whispers. We've played shows together. We've got a show coming up in D.C., actually, together, which is pretty awesome. And he's an incredible creative. He's got such a kind heart. He's super talented. And now him and his own music, he's just crushing it. I remember he started with just cover songs. And now he's, doing his own music, doing his own live shows, and just doing really well. So excited to see him, coming up in the scene.
Yeah, no, he's starting to hit it hard. And, like your Dancing on the Lawn video. This is kind of cool what Eli does. You get your fans, the Levitators, involved. So you say, okay, here's my new song, Dancing on the Lawn. Go do a video of yourself dancing on the lawn or wherever, and you make a video out of it. It's the fan-generated music video.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. That was the third one of those that I've done. The first one was Chasing Daylight, and people were just sending in a video for, lip syncing along to the song. The second one was Anywhere We Can Go. People were holding up signs on where they were located, and we had folks coming in from, Brazil, Canada, the UK, like all over the world. It was awesome. Indonesia was one of them. And then now, Dancing on the Lawn was just so cool because people had an excuse, when we were during lockdown to just kind of like get out there and just move around and be silly. And then I've got another one coming up soon too, Jeff. Very excited about that.
Yes, he's teasing the new music that is coming. We're going to chat about that. First, tour life is tough. If you'd like to donate to Eli, gas, food, anything to help you out, how can we donate, Eli? Do we go to your website? How does it happen?
That's so kind of you to ask, Jeff. I really appreciate that. On my website, there's a support page. On that page are a few links. One is PayPal, one is Venmo, and another one is my Patreon community. And that is a strong community that's been with me since the beginning. They contribute, $5, $10, $20, sometimes $50 a month towards me and my journey. And just like you're saying, it does mean a lot. $5 is lunch to me, $20 is like a very fancy dinner. And you can imagine how much that goes on tour. So I appreciate you asking, and that's on my website under my support page.
Yeah, and then if you go and listen to his Folk Fridays, last Friday you announced it. The Universal song is coming September 13th. Tell us about this, Eli.
Yes, I'm so stoked. It's been a year since I have released a song. Folks have been super patient with me, and this is part of my next EP. My last project was The Four Directions, and this next project will be Three Worlds. The first EP from that is going to be called Present Journey, and my first song from Present Journey will be called That Universal Song. It's about how if the whole world and the whole galaxy and all the galaxies in the entire universe were singing along to the same tune. How cool would that be?
That would be cool.
Yeah.
That's what he's drumming up. The entire world is going to be singing the Universal song. But what's this you teased about aliens?
Exactly. So now that we know that aliens are here, or multidimensional beings from the latest, congressional hearings on Capitol Hill, it's so interesting that happened at the same time as this lyric, because part of the song has to do with extraterrestrials coming down and participating. So I won't give away the punchline. But yes, part of the song, there's a cameo from some extraterrestrials as well. So perfect timing.
And you're sending out something to the levitators. Or we want them to dress up like aliens? Or what are we looking to do for this song?
No, it's going to be a lot easier than that.
Okay. I don't have to paint myself green or anything.
No, you could though if you wanted to get really into it. That's totally acceptable. The chorus of the song has like a little refrain, and it goes na 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 na. So the thing is, the levitators are going to get an email with instructions on how to create a video of them just doing a na 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 na. Send it in, and there's going to be a whole series of videos that's going to come out with that piece of content. So people can participate. They can be part of the music video. They can be part of the fun on social media, and it'll be an event.
Yeah, go and check him out, eli-lev.com, and join the community. Become a levitator. Your latest EP, Walk, Talk, Dance, and Sing, is out now. You compare it to a mixtape, which I'm old. I grew up in the mixtape generation. I love it. I love everything about it. I love the EP. Yeah. You're essentially doing a mixtape every night on the road. You said in Taos you did 2.5 hours of original stuff. Every night it has to change, right?
Yes, and that's really interesting that you just brought that up, because, every venue out here in the Bay Area in San Francisco right now has been different. I've played coffee shops, I've played a bar, I've played a restaurant, I've played, a barbecue joint. And this show adapts, to each place. place.
Yeah.
Sometimes people are just ready to party. So it's like, all right, let's, sing Dancing on the Lawn. Let's sing Queen. Let's get into it. And sometimes folks are just there to listen and to enjoy and sip their, their hot tea or their latte. So, okay, I'll play Making Space or, Move As You Do. It just really depends on the environment and the community. And that's what I love about music. It just adapts, and the vibrations can just, change and sync up with whatever's happening around them.
Yeah, so it's a different experience every night, which is cool, and that's probably what keeps the fuel going or keeps it a lot better. What are we going to do? I've heard you do like a week of silent meditation retreats. Are we going to do one after this? What are we doing to celebrate when we finally get home?
Well, something similar. I've got a beach week in North Carolina and the Outer Banks, and it will be no devices and just rolling in the sand in the ocean for a week, Jeff, and I'm very much looking forward to that.
Yeah, he's going to need it after this. Go and check him out. August 15th, he's going to be in Laramie at the Great Untamed. Go and follow him. He's everywhere. Eli-Lev.com. New music is coming September 13th. Eli, safe travels. We appreciate you coming on this morning.
Jeff, you rock so much. Thanks for having me. Thanks for sharing my music and my story. And, I can't wait to see your green alien video that you will be submitting for the That Universal song.
Exactly. I'll be on it. He loves sing-along songs. We'll give you another one. Sing along for the first time. It's Eli Lev. It's KIX 96.5.